Hey guys, welcome back to Lorenzo to Sense podcast. And today we speak about Zeta winning a negative sum game. This is my new deep dive. Actually, it's just the first of more deep dives. There will be follow-ups because so far I've been able only to focus on the qualitative characteristics of Zeta. I will then go on the quantitative. But I would like, in the meantime, to have your feedback and feel free to challenge my thesis. Is this the way that we grow together? So, a negative sum game. This is not because everyone lose money, but because the real scarce resource is data, and data cannot enrich everyone at the same time. So think about it like oil fields. If one company signs the contract to extract from the best field, competitors do not get to extract from the same field. The resource still exists, but access is exclusive. That is exactly the game that Zeta is playing. And the reason I'm spending time on Zeta is simple. Zeta is not trying to win by having better software. Zeta is trying to win by locking up the best data relationships. If they succeed, competitors do not just fall behind, competitors get starved. So let me go point by point on what's the outcome of my analysis here, right? And why I think Zeta is really, really interesting. So first, what I mean by negative sum. In a normal market, many players can improve together. You can build a great product and competitors can build something similar. The pie grows. It's not the same here, is what I think. So in Zeta's market, the key input is first party enterprise data. So these are the data that comes directly from the customer of Zeta. So when, let's think about a retailer that buy Zeta software and services, then they integrate the first party data generated by the retailer, let's say on the website, whatever are the touch points with their customer, they integrate this data into Zeta ecosystem to get value from this data and the integration with the Zeta proprietary data, right? So these first party data, once they are integrated with Zeta, are not integrated with anyone else. So these are out of the market in terms of resources. So then second input, identity data, and here is where Zeta is strong. Transactional and loyalty signals, omnichannel behavior. These are the four main key inputs of Zeta and all the competitor of Zeta, right? So the keyword is limited. Enterprises do not do deep partnership with 10 vendors at the same time. They pick one system, integrate it, feed it, trust it, and then build workflows on top. So the game becomes Zeta signs a big enterprise, Zeta plugs into the company's first party data, Zeta improves outcomes from the company for the company. The same first party data does not enrich Zeta's competitors in the same way. So every enterprise that joins Zeta is not only a customer gained, it is also a training and tuning opportunity competitors do not get, right? This is the negative sum game I'm talking about. And I think it's very interesting, honestly, guys, because the best data pie does not expand fast enough to give everyone the same quality of learning loops. Number two, AI makes this more brutal. Data access compounds. So in the old world, MarTech, the technology around marketing, competed on features, better UI, more connectors, nicer dashboards, more automation rules, and so on. Now software is easier to replicate, right? You take cloud code and in one day you replicate a very complex software. So software is not any longer a moat. AI change what matters. When outcomes depends on model and algorithms, the company with the best data relationships get better identity resolution, better predictions, better personalization, better measurement, better return on investment. And that loops back into sales. So Zeta CEO framed it directly as ROI. He says, every dollar that is spent through the Zeta marketing platform returns a 6x in revenue to our clients, on par with pretty much any walled garden. So if you don't know what is a walled garden, I didn't know even before studying Zeta. Walled gardens are the Facebook, the Amazon, the Google, all those big tech that have a lot of distribution of advertising because they have a lot of consumers on their platform, right? So these are walled garden. That is the place where the best return is calculated by retailers and in general by companies. So if that is even approximately true, the 6x, it creates a dangerous flywheel, dangerous for competitors, of course, not for Zeta. Number 3, first-party data is the difference between AI copilots and real ROI. So here is my blunt take. Most AI marketing apps without a strong proprietary dataset are just copilots. Nice UI, nice text generation, nice automation, but without deep data, they are generic. They cannot know, they only can suggest. So for AI applications in marketing, data is the critical element. Without it, AI is mostly a layer on top of weak signals, right? So Zeta stands out because it does not start from AI features. It starts from the foundation, identity plus first-party data plus contextual signals at scale. And then AI becomes useful. So what Zeta does, basically, they have a database, proprietary database of identities, meaning that they know exactly when you plug in as a retailer, you plug in your data, you want to know Lorenzo, what is likely to buy next, and Zeta is able to match that identity of Lorenzo with their database and bring in all the signals. This is what identity is, and they have mapped most of the Americans, and they are trying now to expand out of the United States. So they can say millions of Americans what they are going to buy. And this is precious data that they can feed to their customer, right? Number 4, why Zeta's identity layers matter and why they brag about match rates. So Zeta tells a story that is not random marketing. A CMO, this was told during the last earnings call, a CMO expects a 70% to 75% match rate. 80% is gold standard. Zeta plugs the company's first-party data into their graphs and says first 92%. Then they try to optimize, it's impossible, 92, 94%. So the CMO says it's impossible. And this is not just a flex, this is the whole business, because if you can match more identities, you can get you can target better, measure better, retarget better, personalize better, and waste less spend. It is like fishing. If you can see 94 fish out of 100 in the lake, you fish differently than someone who sees 70. In a world where cookies die and signals get restricted, match rate becomes a moat. Number 5, age of answers versus age of data. There is a broader shift happening. We are moving from data-driven to answers-driven. Marketers do not want a dashboard with 300 metrics. They want what is working, what is not working, what should I do next, where do I allocate budget tomorrow. This is at the end the outcome that marketers want to see, right? In other words, they want actionable answers that produce ROI. This is not only true in marketing, it is true for AI in general. If AI has to pay for itself, it cannot just aggregate data. It must produce answers and decisions that create measurable outcomes. Zeta is positioned well here because with the right data foundation, answers are not just guesses. They can be grounded in real customer behavior, right? Next, number 6. The platform is not vibe-codeable, and this is underestimated because a lot of people today think AI can build software, so modes will disappear, and I think it's partially true. True for some categories, not true when the core value is a complex deterministic system plus data plus routing plus context. Zeta's platform, it's hard to replicate with casual vibe coding because why? Because it is built on a deterministic foundation built in-house over years. It requires deep expertise in routing technology through LLMs and MCP to keep functionality reliable, not just cool demos. So you need to create the context. And the real crown jewel is contextual intelligence, memory, personalization, and non-generic agents that feel like extensions of human users, not basic tools. So in short, you can copy UI, yes. You can copy AI features, yes. You cannot easily copy a system that combines deterministic infrastructure with contextual intelligence and data access at scale. Number 7, switching costs are weakening. So Zeta is attacking migration friction directly. One of the most interesting points from management is about AI agents that help migration from legacy systems. They basically say, Zeta's agent can look at the actual code and things a company built in systems like Salesforce and recreate them inside Zeta, removing friction. This matters because it highlights the bigger trend. Pure software is no longer a defensible moat, as we said already. Switching barriers get weaker. So the real moats become, again, data, ecosystem, distribution, and outcomes, or ROI. Zeta is playing this correctly. They reduce migration pain, then they try to keep customers with outcomes and data advantages, not weak lock-in UI. Number 8, we are close to the end, guys. Acquisitions, M&A as a data weapon. 17 acquisitions in 17 years. This is crazy. Zeta has done 17 acquisitions in 17 years. That matters because it signals something very specific. This is not a company that occasionally buys growth. This is a company that treats acquisition as a core operating strategy. So how? In a negative sum market where data is scarce, M&A becomes a way to buy exclusive access to signal. Couple of examples here. Live Intent 2024 acquisition, hashed email scale and publisher-side engagement signals. These strengthen identity resolution where cookies are weak and attribution is messy. 2025, Marigold Enterprise Business. It's very recent, this one. Loyalty, transactional, retention, and omni-channel behavioral data. This is what they bought from Marigold. This is the real economy layer that makes models smarter because it reflects what people actually buy and repeat. Again, they didn't buy to business to buy revenues. They bought this business because they bring in more data and the capability to analyze them better. Put simply, Zeta is building its moat the hard way, one dataset at a time. And if they keep doing what they have done for 17 straight years, the message is clear. They plan to keep consolidating scarce data sources faster than competitors can replicate them. Number 9, the flywheel and why the market becomes winner takes more. Zeta's moat is reinforced by a powerful flywheel. So let's summarize. More first-party data and identity signal, better personalization and measurement, better ROI for clients, more clients, even more data and signals, repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And here is the negative sum twist. Customers that partner deeply with Zeta and contribute data are unlikely to do the same with Zeta competitors. So as Zeta scales, competitors do not just lose market share, they lose access to the best learning loops. That is how leaders get disproportionately larger. This is why I call it negative sum. Number 10 and last one, important nuance. Zeta aggregates first-party data across its customer base. How? This is core to the value proposition. Zeta connects client first-party data to its identity graph and uses it to drive better outcomes. In practice, the platform gets stronger as it sees more real-world behavior across more clients and channels. Even if client data is handled with privacy constraints and processing rules, the strategic point remains. So Zeta becomes the system sitting in the middle of high-quality first-party relationships. And in a world where first-party relationships are the scarce input, that position is extremely valuable. So what I want to say here is that, and just for sake of clarity, that Zeta is not doesn't own first-party data of the customer. They don't even integrate this data in their database, but they learn from this data. So they learn from this data what's the behavior of the consumers, and they iterate on their models and their rules to better predict what consumers will do. So this is the catch, right? Conclusion: Zeta is winning a negative sum game by capturing scarce data relationships. Zeta is interesting because it may be building a mode that looks like identity scale, proprietary datasets plus acquisitions, exclusive enterprise first-party data relationships, an answers-driven platform that proves ROI, and a flywheel that makes the leader stronger while starving competitors. In a market where data is scarce, that is how you win, because every enterprise that chooses Zeta is revenue for Zeta, enough for competitor, and one less source of premium learning loops for everyone else. And this is compounding. This is the bet. So again, guys, we are at the end, but I'm not done with Zeta. I will go deeper. This is just a first analysis on the base of the qualitative of the company, not the quantitative. I still need to prove my thesis. So feel free, actually, I invite you, challenge my thesis, write me here on YouTube or on X, or write me directly, comment on lorenzo2sense.com where you find this article, comment directly in the article. And the follow-up of this article, I will address the strongest point that you rise up. Okay? Thanks for listening. Until next time. Ciao.